Well, bird baths can add much more than a decorative touch to your garden. They can bring in a variety of colorful birds. KCAL 9 Sylvia Lopez and our garden guru, Nick Federoff, explain how you can pick out the best bird baths and how to keep them clean.
We're in the garden today talking about how to create the perfect bird fountain, especially during this drought and these hot summer days, with Nick Federoff from thingsgreen.com. Nick, what you doing there?
Cheap. Well, my wife says I'm cheap, so I'm just,
okay.
They say that's a bird sound, but I don't know.
No,
yeah,
right.
These bird baths are just really awesome to attract wildlife, i.e. birds, to your yard and garden.
They're really pretty, too.
And when it's hot especially,
right.
It's really desirable, especially since we are in a drought and water is a little bit less around nowadays. So what we got to do is we need to really choose a bird bath based on a lot of different criteria.
Okay, what are we looking at?
Now, one of the things that we're going to do is we have to figure out what's the motif of our landscape.
Okay, look around.
Look around, see what's there. Do you have a formal landscape? Maybe it's something like this you want to put. Maybe it's something that's a little bit more rustic. Maybe you have more of a Spanish type style.
Older, colonial.
Older look. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of different things you have to look for that. The other thing is how deep is the actual bowl on this.
Oh.
You have one that's too deep, you could drown your birds.
Really?
Yeah.
And they sell them that way? I mean, you could, or maybe if you made your own, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you're looking at anywhere between about inch and a half, no more than 3 inches worth of water. Tops.
Okay.
So you could tell this is more of a deeper one.
Oh,
right
I see.
here.
So you just don't want to fill it too deep if you have a deep bowl.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but you notice how rough this is?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get yourself a porcelain dish,
right,
they're just going to slide right into it.
They've got to have something that they can hang on to.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Let them take and grab onto this so they can decide how far they're going to go inside, how they're going to back up into it, and be a part of it. And you got to admit, when you have some birds in a bird bath and they're fluttering around,
happy.
Yeah, you just kind of want to jump inside there with them. Now, as far as the placement of this is really important as well. It's best if it has morning sun, not afternoon sun, because the afternoon sun is going to come down cooking there unless you're going to be, covering it up like that, then you're going to be scaring away the birds. So you're going to have to remember that. If you put it underneath a big old oak tree like this, this tree is a pretty messy tree. So you're going to have debris coming in here all the time.
And you don't want that either.
You don't want that either.
Okay.
Now, which brings us to the maintenance part about this. What we're going to want to do is get ourselves a soft bristled brush. And then we want to take on a regular basis, and this could be a couple, 3, 4 times a week, depending on how hot it is. And we scrub it out really well, wash it out. For chronic cases, you're going to want to take and use 10% bleach. Throw it in there. Scrub it out. Then rinse it 3 times afterwards.
You don't want to hurt those little birdies.
You don't want to hurt those birdies. And then you're going to be rocking and rolling. But as far as putting this together is concerned, it's really pretty simple. What you're going to want to do is have yourself a strong, nice, solid base. Because the skinnier the base, the more you're going to have problems with it. So we get a nice strong base over here, and you're going to see that this particular one is made out of concrete. And it's a slow cured concrete. This is made by a company called RWS. You can't buy from them, but we found a website called fountains2u.com.
They'll deliver.
Yeah, they'll take and they'll carry it. Then what we want to do is we want to get this. Now these are heavy, so we do need help. So why don't you come over here and give me a hand, and we're going to pick this up with your knees like that.
We can do it.
And let's put this right there.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So we have this thing strategically placed in the garden. We know that if it's on a solid base, so that could mean that you have to put a couple of bricks down or something like that.
Keep it level.
Yeah, keep it level. Now, one thing that we didn't do here is that we didn't put any kind of glue on there. You could put a silicone on there to keep it forever and ever. Especially if you have kids, you don't want them knocking it over. That's one thing to do. So you can take and screw it down. If you don't have that kind of activity, then it's probably okay like this. I mean, these things are really heavy. Super, super heavy. But this one right here, a little bit lighter, you may want to do that.
Yeah.
Fill it up with water.
Right.
Get yourself a chair. go sit in the back and wait for the birds to come. It's really pretty much, yeah, really pretty much that simple. So with that, if anybody wants any information, you could come to my website. I do daily blogs on thingsgreen.com. Come to my Facebook page at facebook.com/Nick Federoff for Things Green. And of course, you can call me with your gardening questions. I actually will call you back at 1-800-405-NICK.
Will you really?
Yeah, I really call them back.
I'll call you, Nick.
Yeah.